Crooked for you guys. Sorry, I don't want to be crooked for you guys. I want to give you the long view. But apparently, it's not cooperating. Anyway, hey, it's Alicia, your Mortgage Millions mentor. Today, let's consider this a motivational Monday, okay? It's gloomy out here. I need a little motivation. My phone's ringing. Lots of great apps coming in, so super stoked about that. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. What I want to talk with you today about is how do you know that you are ready for your next opportunity? Do you guys have any idea how you would know? My favorite great mentor, Tony Robbins, said, and I don't know if this was originally him or not, but he said that luck is a combination of hard work and being in the right place at the right time. Similar to what I'm going to talk with you about today, but I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you guys. So how do you know if you're ready for the next opportunity? You ever wonder why people around you seem to be progressing with their careers, right? Or that other LO gets all the deals, or, how come that realtor doesn't call me back? Yeah. So here's the potential problem. Are you doing the things that put you in a position to take advantage of opportunities when they show up? Very similar to what I started with, right? As Tony mentioned, luck is hard work. Luck is hard work and opportunity. So the path to career success has never changed, and it requires preparation and more preparation. Earl Nightingale. If you haven't looked up any of Earl Nightingale's stuff, it's fantastic. You can Google it. There's plenty of old school videos actually from Earl himself. But Earl Nightingale noted, if you don't prepare for success, it will only make you look foolish when the opportunity comes your way. Very interesting. So here's a few things you can do to stay ready for life's opportunities. So number one, do an honest self-assessment. I find whenever there's a conflict or something goes wrong, for most of my life, I would actually point the finger in the other direction. For the better part of my life, and that doesn't have to do anything with numbers, but literally the better part of my life, what I changed about that was I looked at myself first. What could I have done differently in this situation, right? Excuse me. What could I have done differently in this situation? How could I handle it? How could I have handled it better? What could I have done to be more prepared professionally, personally, whatever the scenario? So again, for example, look at your work and look at yourself and be honest and objective about your strengths and weaknesses. One of the things I've learned about myself is, as a go-getter, I can be, my focus can be split in multiple directions, and that's not always great, right? So because of that, I need to be more organized, and I have to have things sort of in silos, right, for the different things that I'm working on. And for you, that could be one silo as a loan originator, one silo as a branch manager. It could be as a loan officer, each of your loan programs that you want to specialize in is a different silo, for example, right? So, but the question you need to ask yourself is, what are you good at and what are you lacking? One of the things I learned about myself, for example, is I'm great with going and meeting new people. I need a system for follow-up, right? Which is one of the reasons I created the Mortgage Marketing Master app, right? Because I needed that, and then bam, I was like, this is amazing. So now I share it with you guys. So another thing, for example, is what I enjoy doing, right? I love meeting new clients. I love meeting new realtors. I love meeting new strategic referral partners. I'm okay at paperwork, but I'm not great. So I need a great LOA, and I need a great processor who's going to help me stay buttoned up. So the best thing I can do is hire those people around me to support my weaknesses. Yes, I want a mini-me in terms of personality so the clients love them, right? Because my clients, if they love me, they're going to love them too, right? We want that. But I also need somebody who can counter my weaknesses, because I'm not perfect and I make mistakes. And the more I know about where my weaknesses are, the better I can serve my clients and my strategic referral partners. So you can ask yourself, what do I need to do to become excellent at, to move to the top of my career and my life, right? You can ask these questions yourself. Self reflection is a very powerful tool. You have to be brutally honest with yourself when you ask this question, okay? You can also ask your friends, right? Solicit the opinions of people you trust and ask them to be brutally honest with you. Because if they're not, and they're just blowing smoke and giving you lip service, maybe they're telling you all the great things you already know, okay? That is not, it might help you, but it might not be the most authentic way that you can learn, yourself, okay? So at the same time, you're self-assessing your strengths as well as your weaknesses. Ask what your inadequacies are. What is your primary area of weakness, and where do you need significant improvement? Right? We're doing a boot camp challenge right now, and like some people are showing up and some aren't. So it's kind of like, okay, is that because you didn't put the timer on? Is that because you want to do it but you can't remember? Like, okay, so right there, then you just need to set a timer to go in and watch that training every single day. Okay, like I don't always remember, to do this or that. Like I have to set an alarm for myself to get up away from the computer, get some fresh air, take a walk on the beach, right? Shift my mindset so I can be fresh and new, right? And continue to tackle the day. So just little things like that, okay? Again, where do you need significant improvement? Remember to be honest with yourself. We have all sorts of resources for you guys. Phenomenal. Like everything from what if you have call reluctance to what if you're shy, right? We have tools for you for that. We have scripts for that. Okay? So, you need to be aware of your strength and use your career muscles. But at the same time, don't let a weakness, maybe such as a tendency to procrastinate, right? Don't let that immobilize all of your strengths, right? This is why it's critical to start with a candid self-assessment. Okay, point number 2, start your day earlier and better. Right? If you look at habits of millionaires, the first thing they do when they wake up is some sort of meditation ritual. Okay, I love to go walk on the beach. I either do Joe Dispenza meditation for 35 minutes, or I do Tony Robbins priming meditation. That's about 10 to 15 minutes. Just especially with all the social media and news negative distraction, right? You have to be clear and focused, right? Because if you're focused on this other crap instead of what you want to achieve and what you want to accomplish, there's no way you can serve your people to the best of your ability. Okay, so you got to get in the right mindset. So anyway, here's a couple examples. How you start your day determines actually how you create your life. There's also a great video. I forget the gentleman that did it. He was in the service. I want to say he was a general, and he was speaking at, I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put the link below. I think he was speaking at a college graduation, and he was talking about starting the little things, all the positives that stack on each other to help you, right? Me. So for example, like when you get up in the morning, make your bed. Like that was the first thing he did. I'll try and find it in that link and put it below, because it's a great motivational college graduation speech that this gentleman in the service gave. Again, I think he was a general, but I'm not sure. I'll look it up. Anyway, so how you start your day determines how you create your life. So are you hitting that snooze button? It's actually been scientifically proven that the more you hit the snooze button, the sleepier you are throughout the day. So if you think you need to sleep later, then sleep later and get up the first time your alarm goes off, instead of making go off earlier and hitting it again and again, because mentally it actually taxes you instead of supports you. So a little bit of science behind the sales there. Okay, so and also there's like natural ways you can wake up with health and subtle lighting, and I haven't done any of that, but I'm all for it if it works. So just read your science and do your homework. Okay, the fact remains that most highly successful people go to bed early and get up early, and most unsuccessful people go to bed late and get up at the very last possible moment. So ask yourself what you do, ask if it's working for you, adjust accordingly, or keep it the same if it's working, right? Only you can do that self assessment, okay? So successful people have a habit of getting up by 5 a.m. And what do they do at 5 a.m.? So I can tell you they're not reading the newspaper, they're not watching TV, they're not swiping through social media on their phones. They use that time, as I already mentioned, to create a positive start to their day. They use those precious moments to prepare themselves and give themselves an edge over competitors. And I remember just my own personal example, like in my 20s, I would get up super early to go work out and go to the gym before I went to work. And I was chatting with a guy leaving the gym one day. Didn't really know him, but we were just chatting because it was 7 a.m. and we were leaving the gym and both going to work downtown when I lived in Baltimore. And it was funny because I was kind of complaining a little bit, right? I haven't always been as positive and optimistic as I am today. It's a learning experience, a growth curve, to say the least. So I was kind of whining a little bit about, yeah, I got up, but, if I get in this habit of getting up at 5 every day, what about my weekends, right? When I was in my 20s, when I want to go out and party, and, I said, what do you do? And so always ask questions even then. But he was like, I just get up at 5 and start my day. So I was kind of like, huh. It was just interesting. Like, what does that mean? Because I kind of was like, I don't, it was just an odd thing to me. But I heard what he said and I was like, yeah, I guess he's right. Right? Because otherwise, what then? Right? What? So it was just very, very interesting to me. Because once you have that and you're up, then you're up, right? Like, you're up. So, hang on, my notes just disappeared. You guys, holy cow. All right, so I'm keep going. So once you're up, you have all these positive things and all the time in the world. And actually, I find out once I am already up, I get done more by like 9 a.m. when most people are starting work than most people get done all day from 9 to 5. So anyway, so again, getting up earlier has been exponentially helped me be more successful, which is absolutely true. I didn't necessarily make a habit of it that 20 years ago when I was leaving the Gold's Gym, but it is now. So you can spend, and plus if you get up at 5, whether you have kids or not, if you have kids, this is your quiet time for sure. If you don't have kids, then you have probably even more quiet time. But focus without distractions, right? It's been said that the first hour is the rudder of the day. So if you get up and you look at your phone and you're stressed about all what's going on, that's not going to work. But if you spend the first 2 hours of your day reading something spiritual, motivational, journaling your thoughts, reading through your goals, planning your day, right? That prepares you to rule the day as you see fit, right? And again, I did another video the other day about planning tomorrow today, or even better, next week today. So you don't wake up all stressed and scrambling about, oh shoot, I didn't know I had a 9 a.m. meeting for coffee. I'm supposed to be out the door 10 minutes ago. No. It's not helpful, okay? But when you start your day in this positive way of contemplation and reflection and focus, you'll discover that you're going to be far more positive, optimistic, creative, energetic, calmer, confident, and relaxed. You'll have a greater sense of self-control as well as your own well-being, right? And not enough can be said for that these days. And last but not least, you want to plan and prepare your entire day in advance. I'm going to skim on this because I kind of did a whole nother video about this, but to go over it really quickly, our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which you must believe and vigorously act upon, because otherwise without that there's no other route to success, right? You don't get to success by not planning, not focusing, not being diligent on your goals. And to me, one of those huge, serving others, which is why I'm here right now for you guys, right? You don't pay for this, right? I'm just giving it because I want to support you every way possible. So, too often we omit a tremendous daily routine, and then we're not able to take action by creating a plan, writing out your individual goals, your daily goals, right? Um, you can have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, annual goals. The best way I think to do it is do annual goals and then work backwards, right? What's the time frame for that? And then you can break them out into quarters, months, weeks, and then days, okay? The idea is to ask yourself what you can do today to take another step towards your goals, right? It could be a little step, but as long as it's a step in the right direction, you're always moving forward. And also, if one day you go 2 steps back, you'll have the next day forward and the next day forward so you can recover and keep moving forward, okay? Daily progress turns into weekly gain, which becomes monthly progress. And before you know it, you look up and you can't believe what you've accomplished in a year. This actually blew me away. Tony Robbins told me, you won't accomplish as much as you think you will in a year, but you will accomplish far more in a decade or 5 years than you ever thought was possible. That's where real progress happens, but it has to be little by little every single day. So write down your goals and your priorities each day and complete them, and that'll actually give you even more momentum that most people don't take advantage of. If you look at your day and you say, oh, what did I finish today? If you're at least accomplishing a few things, pat yourself on the back, right? If no one else is going to, you can do it yourself, okay? And you won't be able to get to where you want to go without a decision to take action each and every day, okay? And again, the best time to do this is in the morning, right? If you haven't already done your plan for the day yesterday, do it in the morning, right? Or maybe recap it in the morning and focus on even more, right? What is the priority? What are the top 2 or 3 priorities today? Absolutely, right? Never leave out prospecting, right? Even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes. Don't forget that. Adding a few minutes of planning to your morning ritual every day lets you move all the activities out of your mind to the schedule, right? We have enough to keep in our brains. Put it on paper, put it in your calendar, put it in the app, right? There's task reminders in there that you can use as well. This also acts as decreasing the clutter in your brain and de-stresses your brain, okay? When you get in the habit of pre-planning your day, you'll be amazed at how much more prepared you are. Say that 3 times fast. And how much more you'll accomplish every day and how great you'll feel about the day. So, contrary to popular belief, you may have to make a few changes if your goal is to improve the quality of your life. At the same time, the great news is that you can see measurable results of taking positive action immediately. So, I hope you start your day tomorrow morning or restart it today. Hit the reset button and enjoy the 3 life hacks above, as they've created dramatic improvement in my life, and I hope they have the same positive improvements for you. So as always, cheers to your success, and I'll see you soon. And if you have any questions, please put your comments below. I'm always happy to answer them. If you found this information helpful, smash up that like button, share this with another loan officer or branch manager, and cheers to your success.